In this tutorial, we're going to go over setting up Winner for voice. Make sure that you have your mask and room recording mics inserted into the computer. So from the Winner main screen, click on Preferences here on the right side. Or you can also right-click on the background here and select Preferences, and then we're going to go to the Room Recording tab. So from here, you're going to select your mask as your recording device. Change format should remain as it is unless directed by technical support. Make sure that you have Start Audio Recording from Speech checked. Check Use Translucent window for the audio monitor so that when it is up, it won't cover your text. In Editor Colors, and we'll go to that tab, you're able to select a lot of colors for your editor. You can make your editor as colorful as you wish by selecting colors for all categories. For voice writers, conflicts, drag, drop, and stacking are steno concepts and therefore not available for voice writers. So now we're going to click on the Speech tab. Some of this is a one-time setup, so we'll want to make sure this is correct. We want to make sure that your user is selected here. The engine should say Dragon. If it doesn't, click on the down arrow key and select Dragon. If your username is not selected here, make sure you click on Change. Mine is grayed out because I had the editor open. If you have more than one voice model, you will need to switch it here whenever you need to use that particular model. If you only have one, then you can lock the speech user ID to the Winner user ID. If you have more than one, then I don't recommend selecting this at all. Use translucent window effects just allows for the volume meters to be visible without covering up the text or whatever else you may need to be visible. Check that if you'd like. Show the correction window. This would be when you opened up real-time. Not all want this opened, and you can manually open this by hitting F8. So the small volume meter allows you to view the meter without having it block a lot of real estate. Now let's click on the speech control panel. This is the Dragon control panel. Typically this is set up at the time of installation, but here's a little bit of how it should look. For the correction window, everything should be unchecked except for automatically add words to the active vocabulary. Click on Apply if you made a change. Click on the Commands button here and make sure that pause required before commands is set to the first tick mark. As you see here, it can go a little bit more to the left, but we want it just off center of that first tick. Now make sure all of these check boxes are unchecked. Uncheck them all. And when you've done that, you're right. Click on Apply. Now let's click. Okay, so we're just going to click on OK here and do this later. We don't need to shut down right now. Alright, and so the next time we start up Dragon, then all these changes that we made will go into effect. Now we'll click on Appearance, and we're going to select Tray Icon Only, and then Anchor. Click on Apply if you made any changes. For the hotkeys, we're going to delete all of them. So you have to click on it. I just double click on it, and then hit the delete key on my keyboard. All of these should be gone. When you are done, if you made any changes, click on Apply. Now let's click on the Miscellaneous button. The playback text-to-speech, we're not using it. We don't care what it's doing. And everything should be unchecked. And now you're going to set the speed versus accuracy to fastest response. Click on Apply if you made any changes. Now let's click on Data and remove all the check marks. Where it says disk space reserved for playback, you're going to set that to 9999. Click on Apply if you made any changes here. These last two, Dragon Anywhere and Upgrade to Legal, we're not using them, so we don't care. And we'll click on OK. Now we can click on the Audio Setup button. This is used when you first start Dragon for the very first time. This is also when your drop-down isn't going as you're used to. So you just come in here and run an audio setup, and that should help a lot. Just click on Audio Setup and then follow these prompts. It's very quick. Let's go to User Setup. This is where you would set up a new user. Let's say you have a new mic and want to test it out. and you want to make a new user so it doesn't interfere with your existing model. So you just click on New, and it'll bring up the new user data box. There we go. And you just follow the prompts from here. Next one is, we're going to close this one out. We're going to go into Edit Macros. This is where you will be creating macros for your Qs and As and speakers and the like. There is another video that will go into depth about macros, so you'll want to check Creating Dragon Macros. The Tokens Dictionary. This is where you will be able to change your speaker names on the fly while in real time. There is a video that takes an in-depth look at speaker tokens, super tokens, and your tokens dictionary. In the vocabulary expander, this is to help you build your voice model, especially if you're doing a job that is specialized, like medical terms, technical terms. This allows you to bring in documents with those terms and build up your voice model. There is a video for this called Vocabulary Expander. In the homonyms button, this is an area where development has already put in a bunch of homonyms for you. If you find some that are not in there, you can always put them in. And the way you would do something like that would be to type in you, comma, no space, your, and then hit save. The macro converter is a way to make your Dragon experience by recognizing phrases and words that you use and you will be using as a macro for. So check out the macro converter video. The training wizard is not used for Dragon voice writers. Auto format options is a feature that lets you choose how you want Dragon to operate under certain circumstances. However, with our new number conversion, this is no longer needed unless directed by technical support. So make sure that it is unchecked. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.